Now, mind you, this dude had a key. He knew the girl. He was up there from time to time going over there stinging her. This was like her boyfriend. And he about to rob her blind, right? So I'm in the doorway, right? When he opened up the door, he walked straight. The way he walked in with confidence, he went right to the TV and just snatched it off the wall. I'm talking about, it was like he was almost a professional at doing this. It's like he studied on how to snatch it perfectly off. He snapped. I'm like, oh, I'm finna go. And so Jamie looks, she like, can you help us? No. I straight up told her, I said, you said all I gotta do is stay in the car. She like, but you already in here. Yeah, because he had a key. I didn't come all the way in. I was in the doorway. So it's just like, I was just shocked. I'm like, I'm going back to the car. She's like, come on, help us. I'm like, no. I walked off. That just wasn't my stilo. When I get in the car, I let the seat all the way back. I locked the door. I got my hand on my head. I'm like, what have I got myself into? Like, oh my God, like I started thinking about what my mama was saying, like the streets will beat you up, all this. I'm like, man, the streets is not for me. Like, what I put myself into? All of a sudden, I see the dude, he coming, he got the big TV, boom, he put it by the car. Now, mind you, you got T and Jamie's brother, he's in there, and the guy. So they in there going in. So I'm just sitting there like, my phone go off. I'm like, hello, it's Shay. I'm like, what's up? She like, nothing. She like, I was just calling you. I'm like, oh. She was like, Nikki just left. I'm like, oh, she did? She like, yeah, what's going on with y'all? She said you was mad about a boy. I'm like, that's your friend. She didn't tell you? She like, but I want to hear from you. I'm like, what? I'm like, just talk to your friend. I'm like, I got to really get ready to go. I'm like, I can call you later. So she was like, no. She was like, you didn't tell Nikki nothing about us, right? I'm like, no, why you say that? She was like, no, I just wanted to know. I'm like, wait, did you tell her something about us? She like, no. I'm like, well, I did say I banged one of her friends. She was like, why would you tell her that? I'm like, look, we'll talk about it. I'm like, but she got a lot of friends. She ain't gonna think of you. You her best friend. Because they was like this. Like, everybody, like, Nikki will fight for Shay. Like, they was like this. So she like, oh, okay, well, just don't say nothing like that again. She like, she didn't tell me nothing like that. But she was just acting a little weird. I was like, oh, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm gonna call you back, though. I hangs up, right? All you hear is do at the window. Mind you, I got the seat back. I was talking towards this way because I'm looking to see if anybody pull. I'm looking on the opposite side. I'm like, so it's Jamie knocking on the window. I open up the door. I'm like, what? She like, help us put these TVs in. I'm like, no, you said stay in the car. She like, come on, man. Help me put the TVs in. So the dude, he comes out with the second TV. I'm like, they are really taking TVs. So she goes back in there. Now, T and the brother, they're trying to put the TV in the car. So he like, it's not going to let us shut the door all the way. So T like, we could just hold it. We'll hold it like in the back. So he like, let's see, do this one fit in the trunk? So he trying to put one in the trunk, but it was kind of big. The trunk wasn't going to close all the way. So you know that's going to flag the police to pull you over, period. Especially if you ain't got no rope or nothing to keep it closed, or they going to pull you over. So boom, all of a sudden they come out. He shut the door, but they don't got no more TV. She said, mind you, she said they was finna go get 4. That they was gonna go get 4 TVs, but they only got 2. So I was like, what happened? So he like, nothing. He like, I'm gonna get in the back with y'all. So he get in the back, they hold the TV, but the door, it won't fully close. So it's making that beep sound, letting you know that it's somebody's door is not closed, right? But they gonna hold it. If look, one mess up turn, somebody gonna fall out, right? So boom, they holding the door. They got the other TV in the trunk wide open. Boom, Jamie driving. We make it to Jamie crib successfully. So she get to grab the TV. She bring them straight upstairs. So she started taking pictures. So her friend was like, what you doing? She like, I'm finna get ready to sell them. He like, nah. He like, I get you one. Because I don't want to took both of them. You ain't even take one. None of y'all took one. So now he basically saying like, you know, like, nah. Like, I really did all the work. I did all the labor. So she like, look, we gonna make more money. What you gonna do with it? He like, I could give it to my connect and get some bud. She like, look, we can pop this off right now. I'm telling you. So Jamie like trying to let him know, like, we can pop this off right now. We're gonna get the cash right now. So he like, nah, you can have one TV and I have one. So she like, no. So they start arguing. So T like, look, I need to smoke. That's all I know. He like, right? I'm finna go get the smokes. We're gonna have a lot of it. She like, but then you're gonna have to sell it to get money. When we can sell the TV and get money, and you can have money and spend some of the money on the bud. I was like, yeah. I'm sitting there like a little, hey man, like you. That kind of sound true. Now my phone is vibrating. I pull it up. I see it's Nikki. Bumper call. Boop, boop. So they said he going. So T like, well, I'm finna go ask the girl downstairs, can I smoke? Or do she got a sawbuck to give me now? T was never too proud to beg. She would beg and don't even have to really know you. She was like, if you ever met someone that woke up that didn't know you, would beg you, like, that's insane. Like, she would beg. She don't care. So she end up dipping. Boom. Now I'm there with the brother. So we leave out the room. And so while they trying to figure it out, so they shut the door. So I'm like, man, I think Jamie should just sell the TVs, pop it off online. So the brother like, yeah, he like, dude being greedy or whatever. I'm like, he saying he did all the work. Like, yeah, but he used Jamie's car. I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm like, but he giving her a TV. I'm like, she just got to sell. So, you know, we just talking, right? So, boom, my phone go off again. It's Nikki. So I'm like, hello? She like, act like you don't want to pick up for me again. I'm like, what is wrong with you? She like, I'm trying to tell you, it's no other guy. I could come and say it in your face. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. She like, so you did something with one of my friends? Which friend? I'm like, I'm not finna do that. So all you hear is, Nikki, why you crying? That's Beth in the background. I'm like, I'm finna go. So I hang up, right? So the brother, he like, you good? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, some crazy stuff happened. All you hear is boom, 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 boom. A few bumps. So I'm like, he better not be putting his hands, you know what I'm saying? He better not be putting his hands on Jamie, you know? And so the brother like, yeah, he better not be putting his hands on my sister. We open the door. He up there smashing Jamie while Jamie's standing up. He's smashing her with her hands up, smashing her. He like, yo. So I shut the door. Now, mind you, I knew Jamie liked the girls, but she do get kids, so I know she had to have some hard leg, but I didn't know she would still get, like, what? I was confused. So I'm like, okay, so we in the living room. He like, I want to dip. I'm like, look, we can go out there by the water out in the back. So we leave. Boom. We come back, right? We come back upstairs. Like a couple of minutes later, he already leaving out, but he leaving out with no TVs. So I'm like, they was just arguing about the TV. He ain't say nothing to us. We go back inside. T comes right behind us. She like, I got us a blunt. I'm like, ooh. She like, I'm gonna light this up. She like, I'm gonna take my pulls first. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So she took her pulls, right? Then she passed it to me. So she got offended. I clipped the tip. And she was like, you trying to do that like I got some? I'm like, yeah, I always do. I don't really smoke behind nobody. And so I'm like, I just want to hit it a few times. I can have it. So I hit it. So I asked Jamie, right? Like, you got both of the TVs? She like, yeah. He just told me to pop them off for just again. So I'm like, I need to holler at you. So the brother like, yeah, I don't even want to know. I'm like, I'm definitely about to ask. So T like, what? I'm like, nah, nothing. I'm like, you just had to be here to see it. So Jamie like, it's a long story. He like one of my old friends. I'm like, oh. I'm like, that you from time to time. She like, no, not like that. He just be acting all tough and I have to sit him down and let him know I run the show. I'm like, okay, child. Do your thing. Now, mind you, Jamie was talking to the Christina girl, remember? Like, that's a girl. So I was kind of like throwing like, dang, you just, dude smashed you. Like, he had you posted, smashing you. Boom. She ends up popping the TVs off. that night, she pops the TVs off. We end up going out, going to go grab some bud. We goes out in the back, right? Jamie got the bread, but she ain't let dude know how much she got. So she only put him a little bit to the side, but she had a lot. So mind you, that was really his thing. That was his girl crib that he basically robbed blind. So it was like, she should have gave him a little bit more, but I ain't tripping. You put the work in this. Should have been 50-50. We smoking, right? So as we smoking, we see somebody come walking down. So I'm like, hey, now it's dark. So I'm like, hey, y'all look. So T like, oh, that's old girl. That's old girl who rolled over on her baby. So she looking at us and we looking at her. She by herself, she started walking down there and she was smoking. I'm talking about it was no punk in this girl blood. I'm telling you, this girl was a savage. She comes down there. We sitting there like, it's 4 of us, right? So I'm looking like, man, so I get up. Because I was sitting on the picnic table. I get up and I'm looking. And so she comes closer. So T calm, sitting down. Jamie sitting down. The brother still sitting on top of the picnic table. So I'm standing up like, just in case I go on the opposite side so I can go straight this way. Because I ain't finna try to run up on this big girl. She tall. Oh, y'all think y'all slick, huh? So T like, now we should jump on you like you tried to do us. She like, try. Now this girl had, Joe, a blunt lit. Joe, a fat blunt lit. She put it right there on Tamika's hand. Tamika had hands like holding on to like the picnic table, how you sit like. And so she like, yeah, we should jump you. She like, jump me. And she put the blunt like on her hand, like that. She like, you burnt me. And as soon as T tried to punch, it was no need. That girl grabbed T and yanked her and pulled her off that picnic table and was working her, right? So it was a tree right there. So T was trying to get up real quick. When the girl pulled T off the picnic table, she tried to get up real quick, but when she got up, she hit the tree, like right here, like boom, and she came down. So, oh girl, back up. Jamie like, get off my sister. Boom, she's swinging. That girl, I'm talking about, oh my God, the way she just pushed Jamie. Boom. I'm like, it was just like, I'm not jumping in. The brother, he like, hey, yo, chill. He like, chill, don't hit no women. So you hear T like, hit her, like, hit her. She, book up. He like, go on. He like, I'm gonna call the police. She say, call him. She like, call him. And she let T go. So T gets up, power run behind her. Book up. She turns around. Now they scrapping it out. So he's sitting there like, T, kick her. Because the brother, I felt like, man, look, I don't care, girl, boy, whatever it is, you look, I'm getting down sway. So I'm like, I'm not jumping. So Jamie looked like, yo, let's jump. Come on, y'all, let's jump. I'm like, no, I'm not in there. I'm like, I cannot get caught because if I get caught, I'm going to be in trouble. Boom. The police is coming. They flash the light, right? You hear the light. But we down there, like with a healer down there cracking that, you know what I'm saying? They can't really see, but we see the light. So immediately they stop fighting. And so the police get out the car like, hey, y'all can't be down here this late. So we like, oh, our bad. Look, when we come like closer, he like, is everything okay? They like, yeah. We were just down talking. T-shirt was ripped. T had a busted lip. Old girl hair all over the place. Jamie looking. So the cop like, you sure everything is fine? So the girl like, yeah, we fine. Ask them, is they fine? And she just walked off. We both walk our way. So as soon as we get to Jamie crib, Jamie like, we on that with them. You know what? I got something for them. I'm finna go buy a taser. So I'm like, what? She like, I'm gonna go buy a taser.